Lionel Richie remains one of the most enduring voices in modern music, a figure whose songs have threaded themselves into the hearts of millions. Over a career spanning more than 5 decades, he has become far more than a singer. He is a chronicler of human emotion. From intimate whispers of longing to jubilant declarations of joy, his music has bridged heartbreak and hope. Yet beneath the glamour and applause lies a story of struggle, discipline, and resilience. His journey reveals that greatness is rarely effortless and that the deepest art is often born from quiet endurance. Early life and formative discipline. Born on June 20, 1949 in Tuskegee, Alabama, Lionel Brockman Richie Jr. grew up surrounded by structure and expectation. His father, a United States Army systems analyst, and his mother, a teacher and principal, instilled high standards in daily life. Love was present but often expressed through correction rather than comfort. From a young age, Lionel learned to regulate his emotions, to respond carefully, and to seek excellence in every action. The pressures of his household would later translate into a unique strength, forming a foundation of resilience that prepared him for the challenges of fame and the unpredictability of the music industry. Musical awakening in grandmother's living room. While discipline defined most of his early life, one sanctuary allowed Lionel to breathe freely: his grandmother Adelaide's living room. An upright piano stood against the wall, offering a space of understanding rather than judgment. Classical music filled the house as he pressed his ear to the instrument, feeling vibrations through his jaw and chest. This early exposure fostered a profound connection to music. Unlike his structured upbringing, the piano responded without critique. It was here that he first realized music could speak when words could not. This sanctuary would become the root of his extraordinary musical intuition and emotional resonance, observing a changing world. Outside his home, the civil rights movement was reshaping Southern streets. Lionel watched from behind drawn curtains, absorbing lessons in restraint, pride, and self-control. He noticed the careful balance between visibility and safety. This awareness informed how he carried himself in public, sharpening his instincts for perception and reaction. Mistakes were remembered, excellence was examined, and attention could be both an opportunity and a risk. These lessons shaped a young man capable of thriving under scrutiny. He learned early that strength came not from unchecked expression but from channeling emotion with precision, a skill that would define both his music and his public persona. Academic and athletic growth. After relocating to Illinois, Lionel thrived academically and athletically at Joliet Township High School. On the tennis court, he learned focus and endurance. In the classroom, he honed discipline and problem-solving. His mind, restless and energetic, a trait later linked to ADHD, demanded direction. He transformed sensitivity into strength, channeling energy into performance and musical creativity. Though he could not read sheet music, he visualized arrangements in vivid color and rhythm. Every challenge reinforced his capacity for patience and strategic thinking. These formative experiences cultivated not only skill, but emotional resilience, preparing him for a life where talent alone would never be enough. Return to Tuskegee and musical commitment. At 18, Lionel returned to Tuskegee on a tennis scholarship but found himself drawn to music more than accolades. Within the Crimson Piper Marching Band, rhythm became release. Rehearsals allowed him to extend beyond restraint, letting his emotions flow through every note. This period transformed discipline into endurance, teaching him that the pressures once imposed by family could instead support growth. Music offered stability, a way to express the parts of himself that had been tightly controlled. The discipline of repetition and structure became a foundation for creativity. Over time, restraint evolved into a tool that allowed him to thrive under the spotlight without losing himself. Early career and the hard road to recognition. In 1968, at 19, Lionel left Tuskegee carrying only a saxophone, a developing voice, and belief in his music. The industry offered no safety net, often dismissing talent it did not immediately understand. He formed a small R&B band, navigating rejection and uncertainty. Early failures did not break him, they sharpened his resolve. Lionel learned the value of persistence, the power of preparation, and the need for self-belief. Recognition came slowly, but it was sustained by a combination of talent, discipline, and strategic thinking. Each setback reinforced the notion that resilience is built not in triumph, but in how one recovers from defeat. Financial strategy and longevity. Richie's financial success reflects discipline as much as talent. With a net worth estimated at $200 million, he built wealth through catalog control, smart investments, and ownership of publishing rights. Beyond American Idol contracts, royalties from classic songs and strategic licensing ensured sustainability. Unlike artists dependent solely on touring, he created an empire capable of outliving momentary fame. His Los Angeles Mediterranean estate, along with residences in Europe, mirrors both accomplishment and emotional grounding. Vehicles, from Ferraris to classic collector's items, reflect appreciation for craftsmanship. Lionel's financial narrative is not about extravagance but careful stewardship, reinforcing the principle that discipline supports both artistic and personal longevity. Family life and fatherhood reshaped Lionel Richie profoundly. Nicole, Sophia, and Miles Richie have grown into independent creative individuals with thriving careers. Nicole transitioned from reality TV to fashion entrepreneurship, Sophia into high fashion, and Miles into modeling and music. Lionel emphasizes presence over performance at home, prioritizing consistent support and guidance. Lessons learned from his own childhood, mistakes, and public scrutiny informed his approach. Fatherhood, he admits, required more humility and patience than any chart success. It highlighted the importance of steady presence, teaching him that influence extends beyond public applause into the intimate, often unnoticed moments that shape lives. Mentorship and philanthropy. Beyond personal and family life, Lionel's influence continues through mentorship and charitable work. On American Idol, he emphasizes authenticity and creative integrity, guiding new artists with patience. His philanthropy spans decades, from hunger relief campaigns to education and medical initiatives inspired by family experiences. Millions have benefited from his efforts, reflecting a lifelong commitment to giving back. Health, well-being, and vocal care remain priorities shaped by past medical challenges. His life demonstrates that responsibility and influence extend beyond performance, encompassing mentorship, community impact, and intentional self-care. Lionel's legacy is measured not only in music, but in lives improved. Resilience and reinvention. Lionel Richie's journey embodies the quiet power of resilience. Divorce, health challenges, near-career-ending vocal surgeries, and public scrutiny could have derailed him. Instead, he recalibrated, turning setbacks into lessons. His life proves that legacy is not about perfection, but about persistence, reflection, and correction. He rebuilt both career and personal life through careful attention, self-discipline, and emotional awareness. Audiences witness not flawless execution, but visible evolution, a testament to endurance under scrutiny. Richie's story affirms that resilience is a daily practice, cultivated in ordinary moments and through repeated effort, far more than in singular dramatic events. Legacy and continuing influence. Today, Lionel Richie performs not to prove himself, but to honor his journey and the people who have followed him. His music, wealth, and family life reflect a lifetime of measured choices, discipline, and awareness. From the disciplined Tuskegee upbringing to global superstardom, Richie demonstrates that success is sustainable only when grounded in structure and resilience. He exemplifies that challenges, mistakes, and personal fractures do not negate achievement, they enrich it. The legacy he leaves behind encompasses artistry, philanthropy, and mentorship, offering a blueprint for how talent, discipline, and emotional intelligence can coexist to create a life of enduring impact. Conclusion: the measure of greatness. Lionel Richie's life reminds us that greatness is not defined by applause or perfection, but by the courage to endure, adapt, and evolve. He transformed discipline into art, struggle into strength, and setbacks into lessons. His story teaches that resilience is cultivated daily, not through dramatic moments, but through consistent practice, thoughtful decisions, and presence in both triumph and hardship. As a father, mentor, and artist, Richie continues to exemplify what it means to balance vulnerability with control, creativity with strategy, and fame with humility. His path proves that true legacy is measured in growth, not perfection.